Game number 2 is getting underway right now. We're going to see how Super JJ has adapted to this style, but is this a spot where Green Sheep's going to mix it up a little bit? He's been playing a lot of different decks lately.
Yeah, does he move over to something like Druid that he's been playing the whole season, or is he just going to run it back?
Now, this is a matchup that is actually pretty darn dangerous. You know, Super JJ is basically playing the Whirlwind deck.
Yeah, and he did just mulligan into a Defender of Argus. That's kind of the nightmare. And he's going to probably abuse the Sergeant on 1 here. This matchup is really rough. You need a lot of your cards like Shield and Minibot and things like that. Anything that has, you know, a Divine Shield that can stay around for a turn or two, because Super JJ's deck can punish you so bad. You know, you're like, oh, muster for battle, and he's like, Whirlwind you.
Yeah.
And it like usually picks off another minion as well.
Yeah, or 2 or 3.
Yeah, because you're just like Leper Gnome, you know, and they're just like, yeah, kill all of it, 1 mana.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for sure, and Super JJ understands that all he's got to do in this matchup is stay alive, and then he's looking good afterwards.
Yeah, I found one of the easiest ways to win this matchup, and I say easy, you know, with tongue-in-cheek here for the Paladin deck, is you just have to be as aggressive as possible.
I think he's got to go for it. I think it's Knife Juggler and this Leper Gnome's got to find its way to the board this turn.
Yeah, I mean, you can't play cute here because you're not winning a long game. It's never happening. You have to push and make them do everything every turn.
Yeah, this is actually a really important juggle too. So important, misses it. So no attack here. I love the no attack after you miss the juggle. Have to be patient at this point. But this is where Super JJ is going to take complete control.
Yeah, and this Deathbite is going to pick off the remaining minion here. And then, I mean, look at Green Sheep's hand. It's like not even good here. He really needs a Divine Favor.
That's really the danger of this deck, is that it's so good versus basically everything except for the best deck in the format.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes though, you got to make that kind of, you know, allowance when you're playing these games. You know, you can't prepare for every single deck. But if you're like, hey, I beat every deck but this one deck, that's fine. It just happens to be the best deck in the format.
Yeah, but this is the really, really big turn for Super JJ, and it just keeps getting better.
Perhaps an Acolyte of Pain as well. Jesus.
Yep.
You just go, I was gonna say, do you Whirlwind here?
Yeah, for sure you Whirlwind. You want to get the mana out of your hand. You already have the Deathbite on board invested.
Yeah, I like the no attack from the Deathbite here. It's got way too much value to use it just to take care of a 1/1 here, because Green Sheep has to do something here. He has to develop his board. Now, he does get the Defender of Argus this turn if he wants.
Yeah, he has to Defender of Argus here too, because he wants to run over the Acolyte of Pain, and he also wants to force the Deathbite if he can this turn.
This also denies an extra draw from Super JJ as well.
Yep.
Just picks up another Acolyte of Pain. Why not? You can even slam here.
Yeah, I like Acolyte Slam, I think.
Just draw all the cards. Why not?
You can also just Frothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just Grim Patron either. Green Sheep doesn't have a good way to deal with this card.
You're seeing Super JJ do a lot of counting here because he's trying to figure out how quickly he can finish this game. Because one of the best ways to kill decks like this is just actually race them, but he doesn't even need to here. That's what the problem is in this matchup, is all of their cards are just so good against you that you get to, you know, you get so much splash damage that they are free control deck almost. They're a combo deck with all these cards that are just amazing against you.
Yeah. Green Sheep gonna have to piece together so much damage off the top of his deck. His draws have to basically be perfect for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he has the Knife Juggler Muster for Battle combo here, but that doesn't look very good against an Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah, honestly, he might just jam the Arcane Golem here. I think there's a small possibility of it, but gonna be patient and try to get Super JJ to use this Deathbite. And Green Sheep, yeah, there's the attack. I was wondering if he just didn't attack this turn. I was like, whoa, no way, he just forgot it.
The animations just kind of got stalled out a little bit there.
Yeah, Execute gets picked up, but just completely not needed at this point. He's gonna be able to sweep this entire board away, and I think he's likely to Execute here because where else are you even using it in this matchup?
Yeah, there's not a lot of great Execute targets in this deck. They're all pretty much the same cards.
Yep. 1 mana, 1 damage.
You know, they don't have some giant minion somewhere.
Yep. So Green Sheep shaking his head. This is pretty darn close to lights out at this point.
Super JJ, you can see the smile on his face. He knows. He's probably played this matchup a few times. It's abysmal.
Yep. Does have an opportunity to maybe get back control. From his perspective, say Super JJ's hand is like another Inner Rage, another Execute, just trash afterwards. You know, that's really where you're gonna find it. But can't even let the Grim Patron live, and he's about to face a second Grim Patron here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see, I was gonna say Warsong Commander, Grim Patron, Inner Rage here, and Green Sheep just has almost no recovery from here. You know, he has concentration in his deck, but that doesn't actually take care of the problem.
Yeah, and Super JJ's already seen him invest damage into minions. He knows that if he keeps his hand size under control, pushes for damage, and forces Green Sheep to keep answering, his deck isn't built to do this.
Yeah, and that's why you're seeing Super JJ. He might not play this Battle Rage for, you know, any significant amount here, because that's one of the only ways Green Sheep could ever get back into here is you giving him a bunch of cards off a Divine Favor.
Yep. Warsong Commander's going to sit on board for a turn. And always dangerous, but, you know, Super JJ, really the story here is that just the bodies are going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, this deck this is the best matchup in the world. If you think Green Sheep has a chance of playing this deck again, this is a perfect queue up from Super JJ.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just, even just jam the Fire Axe here, start punching.
Yeah.
You got all the damage in the world. What are you worried about?
Yeah, you play this or like a Rogue with Sludge Belcher or something. you just can't lose. Yeah.
So damage upstairs. Green Sheep, no outs in this deck. Super JJ starting to taunt him a little bit even. And Green Sheep, always a good spirit, just going to play back. And passes the turn, doesn't even reveal another card.
Yeah, you killed me, buddy. You actually clicked those buttons.
Love to see it. He earned the victory. Let him beat you up.
Yeah, I mean, let him actually go through all the, maybe his finger starts to cramp afterwards. Maybe he can't play it as,
repetitive motion injury. Well, this is a repetitive motion that is going to be a big injury for Green Sheep. Super JJ looking for as much damage as he can possibly deal. And go ahead and replace my Fiery War Axe. Go ahead and play this Armor Smith.
He just wants to make sure Divine Favor is not any good.
Now the ultimate BM here is just passing.
Oh, I would if I were Super JJ.
Yeah.
I would just pass.
Not going to risk it. If the one time a quality Consecrate shows up, you end up looking like a fool. So ties it up at 1 game apiece.